Hello, it's Nikki. Yin Essentials with Nikki G. So this post is about essential oils with safety, contraindications. So safety and contraindications are really close to my heart. I've been to different classes, I've seen lots of different things online, and nobody really talks about contraindications. You don't really get much of that information. It's kind of learning from your own experience. So the reason why I'm doing this is I have an autoimmune issue. So for a decade, I have suffered with ulcerative colitis. And today, I spoke to a friend, a health professional, who has a client. And that client has been to some DoTERRA classes, obviously DoTERRA, because that's the oils that I use and I love them. And they are the best oils on the planet for me, energetically, and to support the many different systems we've got in our body. But the lady who's the client, she's brought these oils into her life, bought a kit, gone to a class. She hasn't told the person at the class that she suffered with colitis. So when she said she wants to lose a little bit of weight, she was told to add Slim and Sassy to her water. So Slim and Sassy is a metabolic blend, quite citricy. It's got grapefruit in it. And if you're healthy and you have a really healthy gut, fine, happy days. Put it in your water, drink it. But if you've got colitis, so an inflammatory bowel disease, IBD, or even if you've got IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, there's many people that I speak to that are having really gripey tummies because they're putting lemon every day in their water. If you have IBS or IBD, citric is a big trigger. It's too stringent, too acidic. I know lemon alkalines the system, but the actual potency and the oil is acidic when it hits your gut. Big trigger for IBS. So this lady had a bad experience. So for a couple of months, she's been really trying to work on the colitis, got to a really good point, started drinking the Slim and Sassy, and now really bad. Bleeding, massive attack. So obviously she stopped taking this blend and has totally stopped taking olive oils. So no confidence now. Now she's too afraid. And I've heard this before with another autoimmune issue, but we'll just stick with this one for now. So maybe a better way to internally ingest the Slim and Sassy, if you want to use it as a metabolic rate, would just be mix 1 drop with a little bit of, tiny little bit of olive oil and just stick it underneath your tongue. Just let it all absorb in the tongue. You can even spit it out once you feel it's soaked in. Whatever you put under your tongue will sink through the mucous membranes and will get into the bloodstream through the dermis layers. And it's a really quick way to get it in there. Within 20 seconds, it's into your body. Then you could spit it out so you don't actually physically swallow it. So I've also given myself attacks, colitis attacks, by putting in the early days, 2 years ago, lime. I went to a class, there was water, lime in it, I had a drink, thought, wow, that was nice. I drank more water than what I normally would drink. I did it the next day. The following day after that, agony. And I had 2 weeks in agony. I had to have steroid treatment to get rid of the inflammation. So citric, lemon, lime, grapefruit. Big no-no if you've got irritable bowel syndrome, even worse, IBD, colitis or Crohn's. I never ever hear of people telling that. It's not their experience. So when you go to a class, people are teaching from their own authenticity. They might just not have had that experience of having irritable bowel syndrome. So how can they teach that as a contraindication to be careful? So this is why it's really big for me and why I want to share that, okay? Because I don't think enough people know. And I've had like a couple of students come to class and they've said that they're drinking lemon in water every day. And I've just said, oh, how's your tummy? And they said, oh, it's a bit funny, you know, it's a bit gripey. So it's like, well, maybe you need to give your body a break. So if you're healthy, go for your life. If you're healthy with your gut, you've never had any issues, go for it. But if you start getting swelling in the stomach, you start feeling like gripey pains, and you are doing lemon every day, have a break. Let it settle down. Then maybe do it one day, have a break. Do it the next day, maybe do it for 2 days, have a few days break. Just be kind to your body. You know, too much of a good thing sometimes turns against us. So meditation is really good for you, right? But if I go and sit in a cave and meditate for 23 hours a day for 23 years, I'm going to probably end up with psychosis. I ain't going to get enlightened. I'm going to end up losing the plot. So even good things can turn against you. So I know lemon has amazing properties, really uplifting, can help produce serotonin and like really nice hormones to be happy. Wonderful, it alkalines your body. But if you have irritable bowel syndrome, it's going to bloody irritate you. And if you have colitis or Crohn's, just don't do it. Or if you have that experience, stop doing it. You can put a drop under your tongue, sink it in, spit it out, okay? Smell it. That is so beneficial. It gets up into the brain, to the limbic system. That gets into your bloodstream. You don't need to put everything in water and swallow it, okay? The only one that I put in water and ingest is Digesten, called now Zengest. It's amazing. It's a digestive supportive blend, and it's really, really cooling for the digestive system. So I suggest if you have irritable bowel syndrome, that is one that you definitely want to have in your go-to box, okay? The other issue that I've come across in the last 2 years that I've been doing this is people with asthma. Okay, so there's a really lovely blend called Breathe. The kids have got colds, I stick it in the diffuser. I've got a cold, 10 big, deep breaths, really cleaning and cleansing and lifting from this whole sinus area. But that blend has camphor in it, and camphor is known to irritate asthma. Asthma is an inflammation of the lungs, constricted blood. Camphor can irritate this. And I know somebody that actually had really bad asthma issues after getting into Breathe because it was seasonal. There was colds at a class. They were told, use Breathe, it will sort you out. They didn't say they had asthma. Maybe the person taking the course didn't know that was an issue. So be careful of camphor if you have asthma, okay? You could stick Breathe on your feet. Fine. Just be careful of really inhaling it or breathe bombing it. You don't want that in your lungs, all right? So they're my 2 tips of contraindications. I really want people to use these all safely. They're amazing. They support digestion, endocrine system. I don't know if I've even mentioned this. Immunity. So many different systems. Your health, your mood, your mental, emotional state. So I just don't want people to have a bad experience and then stop using their oils. If you live in Jersey, Channel Islands, private message me. Yin Yoga Essentials is one of my Facebook pages, or Essential Oil Tribe page. Anyone can join it. I post videos. You can connect with me through that. My YouTube, you can watch videos. And yeah, just PM me. If you don't live in Jersey, we can do an online internet thing and look at the oils that you've got and maybe have a safer way of using them. Okay, namaste. Use your oils safely. They're amazing support for your health and wellness. They're potent. Just do it safely.